Indiana acting quickly to replace Tom Allen, yesterday announcing the hiring of Curt Cignetti. Cignetti, coming from James Madison, has led the Dukes to a 52-9 record in his tenure. Includes 19 wins the last 2 seasons, transitioning from FCS to FBS. They've been ranked 7 weeks over the last 2 seasons. For some perspective, consider the Hoosiers have been ranked 13 weeks over the past 30 seasons. With Cignetti's 3rd head coaching stop, he's already been the coach at Indiana of Pennsylvania. 6 very successful seasons there at a school his father, Frank, coached for 2 decades. Did a quick turnaround at Elon, improving their win total by 6 games in his first season there. Has plenty of Power 5 experience as well, including time on Nick Saban's first staff at Alabama. And Curt Cignetti joins us now. It is time for our big interview. Coach, we are thrilled to have you with us. You win the Hustle Award here because I know you're being introduced to the news conference formally in Bloomington a couple of hours from now. What made this job appealing to you? Because you had a good thing going at JMU.
I had a great thing going and loved the people. But this was a challenge. In life, you got to make hard decisions. You only grow when you're uncomfortable. I'm too young to quit growing. I've had turnarounds in terms of records that were worse than this. And it's in the Big Ten, which right now, Big Ten and SEC 1 and 2, right? So it's doable. You know, we got a blueprint and a plan. You do it with people, and looking forward to it.
What is the formula at Indiana? Kind of as you envision what you think this can look like a year from now, 5 years from now, what do you envision?
I mean, the formula is the same as if I was sitting here as Michigan's head coach. It's recruiting, development, retention, and having a blueprint and a plan, hiring good people, recruiting the right kind of guys, and improving them on a daily basis. And we're process-oriented, and really it's not going to change much from what we did at JMU and what we did at Elon or any other, or at Alabama.
And when you think about what you guys did at JMU, it was so impressive to be so prepared to make that step to jump up so quickly. What do you take from that experience that you can take into Indiana?
It's validation that the process works and our way of doing things work, and I'll hire a good nucleus of guys from that staff, and the philosophy on how we do things won't change much. Everybody wants to improve their processes daily, right? You don't want to do things the same. You want to continue growing, or you're getting caught and passed up. So, you know, the key is you got to get it done now, and you know, avoid complacency, have a sense of urgency. And in my situation right now, we got to get a lot done in a short amount of time.
Coach, what are the real positives to the Indiana job?
I think the positives are it's a beautiful campus. It's in a great conference. I think when you look at what we have accomplished offensively, we've led the conference in scoring every year. We've had every quarterback, 4 different guys in 5 years have been player of the year in the conference on offense. We've had 2,000-yard receivers. Defensively, we're number 1 in the country against the run. We're number 1 in the country in sacks. We're highly rated in TFLs. So the way we do things is proven over time. Now we got to go out and recruit the right kind of guys.
Coach, I want to ask what it was like to be on Nick Saban's first Alabama staff and starting to build what would ultimately become a dynasty. What do you learn from that?
I learned so much. I mean, my dad was a Hall of Fame coach, so there's a lot of him in me. But after 1 year with Coach Saban, I had learned more about being a head coach, how to run a program than the previous 28 years. And it was a great experience.
What were some of those things?
I mean, it's the 12-month calendar, how to manage your staff, how to lead, messaging to the players, how to practice, philosophy for winning the game, recruiting philosophy, evaluation philosophy, how to avoid complacency. You got to stock complacency on a daily basis because the margin between victory and defeat is so slim in this business. And you know, he was really good at that.
Tell us a little bit about your dad. Again, a Hall of Fame coach, as you said.
Yeah.
He was at IUP, as you were too, and we can talk about the time there. But what's it like? You grew up in a coaching family. Your brother's a well-known coach in college football. So give us a sense of kind of the coaching family.
You know, my dad was a leader, led by example, strong values. You know, he's helped a lot of people in life. And, you know, went with Bobby Bowden to West Virginia in 1970. I was in 3rd grade, so I was always on the sideline in the locker room, knew then I wanted to coach. So, you know, my dad was a role model. And I never coached for my dad, never played 1 year for my dad. So but you know, he was a great man.
Let's go back to recruiting, if you would. Talk about recruiting high school.
Yep.
Before we get to the portal.
Yeah. Okay.
Philosophy.
Well, hey, I mean, look, a lot of good players out there, right? My thing is recruit guys with character, a foundation of habits. You know, it's all about recruiting and development, not retention, obviously, right? So I like performance over potential. You know, I'm old-fashioned. I'll look at the transcript, see how many absences are on the transcript. Those are the kind of guys I want, right? Because here's the deal: you getting 11 guys doing their job, it's not addition, it's multiplication.
Is there a percentage portal as opposed to high school?
I think everybody's turning over at least 30% of their roster nowadays.
Really?
I mean, it's an NFL free agency. You got to thrive in the portal. We're going to thrive in the portal.
When you were talking earlier about like the style of play, just how, especially defensively, how much havoc you guys wreak. Just describe both sides of the ball, what Indiana fans can expect to see next year.
Fast, physical, relentless. You know, a team that plays hard one play at a time. Try to play every play like it's nothing, process oriented, so you can win those close games at the end, right? Stop the run, explosive plays. But our teams really have played smart, disciplined, and we've been the least penalized team in the league the last 2-3 years, which wasn't the case when I took over at JMU. They had won a lot of games at JMU, but they were like the old Oakland Raiders. Okay, so you know our guys, they play hard and physical.
Where are you building a staff?
I'm probably 70-80% there.
Okay.
Now, I know you're going to coach JMU through their bowl game, and it's been a great story this year with you guys kind of fighting to get the
Right.
possibility of playing a bowl, and certainly admire your dedication to finishing that off with those guys. How are you going to balance your time?
I mean, it's going to be 90% Indiana. I'm going to be at the bowl game. I may be there a day or two before the bowl game. Jeff and I agreed, let's be nimble on our feet. They hire a new head coach, and maybe I'll be there, but I'm not going to have much of a role in preparation.
Now, Jerry still has shorts that he got when he was a GA at Maine in 1975. Do you still have do you have things that say Indiana, like from Indiana, Pennsylvania, that you can just swap out and wear?
I got stuff from Pitt with,
Coach.
Johnny Majors.
Right. Thank you.
Right? I work for Johnny Majors and have stuff from Pitt.
Right.
So we're normal. These people change and buy new clothes. I mean, the ones back in the day, my main clothes aren't worn out. Why not? What would it?
Right. Okay. Yeah. So does the what's the color scheme at Indiana, Pennsylvania? Are you going to be able? I mean, will
it's almost the same as the Hoosiers.
Really?
Almost.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah.
Did you already?
This is your dream.
All you do is change logos if the rest of the material's okay.
Well, one of my favorite things to ask: did you own that tie, or did you have to go run out and get a red tie?
I own this tie, but I probably haven't put it on in about 12 years.
Because I love that coaches have to get the right. You got to change out your whole wardrobe. No more purple.
Yeah, like Jonathan Smith had no green in his wardrobe. You know
Right,
that,
right,
right? I
right.
mean, playing against Oregon. So this works out great for you.
Oh,
If
absolutely.
nothing
when
else,
when
all
you've been
the
doing
gear.
this as long as we have, you got all the colors.
Coach, we do really appreciate you taking the time out to do this. Good luck making it down to Bloomington. Got to tell you, the drive can be dicey at times, as Jerry can attest to.
If a GA can't get you from Bloomington to Indianapolis in 35 to 40 minutes, he shouldn't be a GA. Just as you go recruiting Indianapolis.
I'll tell you what.
I mean, set a good bar for the drive.
I figured I had to make this trip up here since we'll be playing in this game next year.
Oh, I like that.
I like that.
I like that. Are you willing to go on record with that prediction?
I am on record.
All right. All right. Well, that's beautiful. All right, which end zone do you want to be painted in?
Either one.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're not picky. Curt Cignetti, congratulations. We're
Appreciate
thrilled
it.
to have you in the conference. We look forward to working with you. And thanks so much. Seriously, thanks for hustling up here and hustling back. Means a lot to have you on the set with us.
Great to be here. Go Hoosiers.